साल 2009 में बच्चे स्कूल से आके क्या करते थे? गिल्ली डंडा खेलते थे, छुपन छुपाई खेलते थे, लंगड़ी टांग भी खेलते थे और कभी कभी भूख लग जाए तो मिट्टी भी खा लेते थे। लेकिन आज के बच्चे स्कूल से आकर क्या करते हैं? व्लॉग बनाते हैं, खिलौनों के बदले उनको और ना मिले तो
बुरा लगता है भाई।
अगर आप YouTube पे टॉप 10 हाईएस्ट व्यूड चैनल्स की लिस्ट देखोगे तो आपको देखने मिलेगा कि 4 चैनल सिर्फ किड्स कंटेंट के हैं और बाकी चैनल्स मेजरली टीवी और म्यूजिक चैनल्स हैं। The fact that kids are the biggest consumers of content and also the fact that they have a big market size is really scary. Kids are being influenced and used for content and this needs regulations.
Do you guys know what an influencer is?
The influencer economy is growing by leaps and bounds.
Younger and younger influencers spending their lives or sharing their lives on camera.
Usually they get like 5,000 likes a minute.
इंडिया में बच्चों की पॉपुलेशन कम्स अप टू ऑलमोस्ट 444 मिलियन, जो इसको दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा पॉपुलेशन बनाता है इन दिस एज ग्रुप। Kids apparel market alone reached about $21.1 billion in 2022 and it is projected to attain $24.5 billion in 2028. सोशल मीडिया की ग्रोथ ने हमारे डेली लाइफस्टाइल को काफी अफेक्ट किया है और समय के साथ जो कंटेंट कंज्यूम हो रहा है वो भी बदलते जा रहा है, चाहे वो बड़ों का हो या बच्चों का। At first, education content started. With it, shows and cartoons catering to the entertainment side also emerged. And the fact that दोनों same platform और distribution पे है created a pool for brands to target the kids niche even more easily. इसीलिए a video that shows a toy also has the link to it in the description. The growth is not just in the means of content but also in its complementary goods. लेकिन यहाँ interesting बात ये है कि बच्चे भी अब content creators बन गए हैं और should we say kidfluencers.
If you watch YouTube, you've undoubtedly seen his face.
Ryan, the young star behind Ryan's Toys Reviews, became the pioneer of kidfluencers. Ryan के चैनल को शुरू किया उसके पेरेंट्स ने, जिसमें वो नए टॉयज को अनबॉक्स करके उससे खेलता था और वो रिव्यूज के नाम पे डालते थे। By 2020, he became one of the highest paid YouTubers, earning around $30 million with around 18.5 million subscribers. But around the same time, उसके parents को बहुत ज़्यादा criticism मिलने लगा, क्योंकि it was evident that with the consistency that they were pulling off, Ryan और उसके childhood को affect कर रहा था, to the extent that people started questioning if he was voluntarily involved in making these videos. उनको criticize किया गया for setting unrealistic expectations around kids and also commercializing childhood. सिमिलरली एक और क्रिएटर है जेनी पोपैक, जो फेमस है अपने से बड़ी लड़कियों की तरह दिखने के लिए और टिकटॉक पर डांस रील्स बनाने के लिए। लोगों को तो ये भी पता नहीं चला that she is actually under 18 because she looked much older than that. Kidfluencers like her generate large viewership and followers, earning money through sponsorship content. But while her engagement remains high, so does the negativity that she receives. She is being constantly criticized for the way she tries to look and raises questions on her parents' evaluation for her social media activities. It is bound to happen that such exposure can lead to decreased self-esteem, anxiety, and even body dissatisfaction among children. And the fact that all of this commercialization is not being regulated is a serious issue.
Parents have to be the ones to protect their kids. And where are we going to teach our kids the values?
It's not news कि आजकल के बच्चे टीवी, टैबलेट और फोन इस्तेमाल करना जानते हैं, इसीलिए वो खुद ही YouTube और दूसरे प्लेटफॉर्म्स पर कंटेंट देखना शुरू कर देते हैं। Surveys have shown that being a YouTuber is one of the most popular career goals among young kids. But ऐसे भी पेरेंट्स हैं जो खुद अपने बच्चों को यूज करके कंटेंट बना रहे हैं। अब आप पूछोगे कि इसमें गलत क्या है? This phenomenon, often referred to as sharenting, involves sharing intimate details of a child's life, experiences, and milestones for the purpose of gaining followers, likes, and probably even monetary gain. Parents create content around their children's everyday activities, achievements, and challenges, blurring the line between private and public spheres. And this is being done in the name of lifestyle content. मुंबई का निखिल की अगर बात करें, he started off in 2013 with motovlogging and transitioned into family vlogging over time, adapting to his personal and life-changing events. He basically adapted to the situations जो उनके life में हो रहे थे and documented it for his audience. And this is what lifestyle content actually is. Your lifestyle changes and so does your content. And there's nothing wrong in it. But not all creators maintain this thin line between sharing and monetizing children on camera. A kid whose whole childhood was in fame may have attention-seeking problems if the fame does not sustain.
Why do you think all these kids out there like watching your videos?
Because I'm entertaining and I'm funny.
The right to privacy and consent comes into question for children. Creators अपने life की personal things, routines और family interactions को तो share कर देते हैं, but they often ignore the consequences which may lead to the exposure of not only their own privacy but also their family's privacy. But the question here is, कितने users अपने बच्चों को YouTube Kids पे content दिखाते हैं? Or else they just hand them the phone with the regular YouTube app. Creators can use the following features in case their content does not come under the kids niche. Set age restrictions, audience settings, provide content warnings in case the video contains inappropriate content. For parents as well, there is an option to control their kids from viewing inappropriate content. Parental control, restricted mode, and maybe use a family link. Watching content like this gives rise to complex feelings in the mind of a child. And in सबका solution can be summarized in this video.
गाइस देखो खाना खा लो आलू की सब्जी है और पूरी है
खा लिया तने खा लिया खाना तने खा लिया हेलो गाइस खाना खा लो
Okay, maybe not the exact same solution, but it's important for parents to pay attention to what their child is actually consuming and how much of it they're consuming. Maybe we have the power to consciously stop ourselves from it, but the children unfortunately don't, unless they are stopped by someone.